Imagine walking into a room and knowing exactly what everyone is thinking. You'd ace every job interview. Hands down. You'd know, without a doubt, if your crush likes you back. You could become the world's greatest poker player, unbeatable and legendary. Telepathy, the ability to read minds, seems like the ultimate superpower. We see it all the time in movies and comics, and it looks absolutely amazing. But what if this power suddenly became real? What if it actually happened to you? Spoiler alert. It wouldn't be a gift. It would be a nightmare. Here's exactly what would happen if you could read minds. The very first thing you'd experience isn't profound knowledge or secret insights. It's noise. Overwhelming, relentless noise. The average human brain processes around 6,000 thoughts every single day. Now, picture yourself walking into a stadium packed with 50,000 people. If you couldn't turn this new power off, you'd be hit by a massive, crushing wall of sound. This phenomenon is called sensory overload. In our normal lives, our brains are brilliant at filtering out background noise, like the hum of an air conditioner or distant traffic, so we can focus on what's important. But with telepathy, there's no filter. You'd hear everything. You'd hear the subconscious chatter, the songs stuck in people's heads on an endless loop, their worries about bills, their grocery lists, their daydreams all at once. Without a mute button, you'd likely be driven insane within the first hour from sheer mental exhaustion. The constant barrage of mental static would be unbearable. Okay, let's say you survive that initial chaos. You somehow learn to control it, to focus your power on just one person at a time. Maybe you start with your best friend, someone you trust completely. This is where your life truly begins to fall apart. Psychologists estimate that humans lie in about 20 to 30% of their social interactions. Most of these aren't malicious. They're white lies, little social lubricants designed to keep the peace and avoid hurting feelings. But with your power, you'd hear past all of that. You would hear every single unfiltered judgment, every petty annoyance they have about you, and every secret they've ever kept from you. Would you really want to know that your spouse finds the way you chew your food incredibly annoying, or that your boss secretly thinks you're lazy, even when they're praising your work to your face? Transparency sounds great in theory, but our society is built on a foundation of polite deception. If everyone told the absolute, raw truth all the time, marriages would end, friendships would crumble, and families would fracture. You would see the ugly truth behind every smile, and you'd end up incredibly, crushingly lonely. Now, let's turn to the darker side of this power. If you could read minds, you would instantly become the most dangerous person on Earth. The potential for misuse is staggering. You could walk past the CEO of a major tech company and effortlessly learn their most valuable trade secrets. You could find out nuclear launch codes just by standing near a high-ranking politician for a few moments. You could steal bank passwords and empty accounts just by ordering a coffee and listening to the thoughts of the person next to you in line. But this incredible power comes with an equally incredible risk. It puts a giant target on your back. Governments and powerful corporations wouldn't just let you walk free. You would become a resource to be controlled. Your normal life would be over, forever. And then there's the profound impact on your own mental health. Think about the burden of trauma you'd be forced to carry. People carry dark thoughts within them. They think about their grief, their past mistakes, their secret crimes, and their deepest, most terrifying fears. If you can read minds, you're no longer just an observer. You're a participant in their suffering. You're forced to carry their baggage along with your own. You would essentially become a therapist for the entire world, but with no way to actually help anyone or even to stop listening. Hearing the darkest thoughts of humanity, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, would almost certainly lead you to severe depression, anxiety, and PTSD. You'd also face an impossible moral dilemma. You'd know who is a criminal before they even commit a crime. You'd hear someone planning a robbery or an assault. What do you do? Do you punish someone for a thought they haven't yet acted on? This pre-crime knowledge would place you in a constant state of ethical turmoil. So, could any of this actually happen? Is mind reading just science fiction? As of now, biological, psychic telepathy is impossible according to our understanding of science. Our brains don't broadcast thoughts like a radio tower, but technology is catching up at a frightening pace. At their core, thoughts are just electrical signals firing between neurons in our brains. Scientists are already developing and using brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, to interpret these signals. They can allow a paralyzed person to control a robotic arm with their mind. In recent experiments, artificial intelligence has been able to reconstruct images and even video clips that a person is looking at just by scanning their brain activity. So, while magical X-Men-style telepathy might be fiction, technological telepathy is just around the corner. In the not-so-distant future, we might literally be able to send text messages or emails just by thinking them. The ethical questions are no longer hypothetical. So, let's go back to the original question. If you were offered a pill that gave you the ability to read minds, would you take it? You'd have access to infinite knowledge and unimaginable power. You could change the world. But the cost would be your peace, your silence, your privacy, and almost certainly your sanity. Maybe some doors are meant to stay closed. What do you think? Is telepathy a gift or a curse? I'd love to read your thoughts. No powers needed, so let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video and want to explore more mind-bending scenarios, hit that like button and subscribe for more what-if adventures. Thanks for watching.